a stop and shop sticker. But he knows it's not what, because he looked at it. He thinks the housekeeper swapped it out for a lemon. What the heck?
You serious?
His housekeeper, who's Spanish, is somehow fascinated with Jewish things. He bought her a shofar from Israel, things like that. I think she stole the etrog.
It's too
Put
funny.
the lemon, left the sticker on it.
It's too funny.
And he confronted her about it. He's like, no, no, no.
No, señor.
And then she said, if it was so important, you should have put it away. Why did you leave it out? Like she's accusing him.
Leave it out. I didn't leave it out. So,
Yeah. They think there's a holy thing.
it must be. Must be.
I think.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Not
Maybe.
for sure. They think there's some kind of some kind of a magic thing, you know?
They're into that.
Little do they,
Yeah.
I mean, Jewish
throw it
people
away.
think that too. Yeah,
Little do we know, throw it away next time.
Jewish people think that too.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
What
They do. They do.
Love the doorpost, okay?
Yeah, yeah.
They do. People think that.
All right, you love this one, right? The second day, I did one day of Torah. So we go to a restaurant in Manila. We eating lunch, my wife, me, and her son.
Regular day.
Yeah. So guys come in dressed up. I think they're Syrians, maybe from New York, something like that. Like 10, 12 people come in, they're dressed up, they prepay rather. Now they're sitting in the sukkah. They're not allowed to sit in because they didn't have indoor seating, only outside.
Mm.
So we're sitting in the sukkah. I can sit in it. It's one day. They can't.
I could show someone.
They can't sit in the sukkah with Simchat Torah. It's a
So the last day you come.
yeah, so for them, it's like Simchat Torah.
Yeah.
So they have to tell the guy to make the sukkah pasul somehow. And the guy's looking at them like, and they can't do it because they can't fix the sukkah.
Right,
They
right.
have to get someone to put like a cardboard on that.
You're in Israel.
I'm like, you want me to do it?
Right.
Well, you could, I guess.
Yeah. So,
If ever there's a time
I mean, it's
now, especially in this day and age,
Right.
Yeah.
you're in a time of forget about it. You're
The rabbi said, "Kavod la'am."
100%. The guy they walk into like strange, I didn't pray to Minyan. I can't even imagine. Praying to the supper Minyan.
we were there when Murray, my grandson, was
It's a great feeling.
2, I guess. So it was about 26 years ago, maybe he's almost 30, I don't know, maybe 28. So Shabbat, it was like next year is gonna be the holiday Saturday, Sunday. So in Israel, it's Saturday.
Saturday, it's a.
So it was unbelievable. Saturday was Sukkot, and then it was Chol Moed. And then the next Saturday was Shemini Atzeret. That was that.
You could.
It was great. How you doing?
Huh? Yeah.
It was amazing. Such a nice way to spend the holiday because the whole middle of the week was this Chol Moed.
Yeah.
Sunday to Friday.
Yeah.
That's the time.
That's how it was 2 years ago, October 7th. Shabbat.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful. So we've witnessed miracle after miracle after miracle.
Brother, you don't know how they love Trump in Israel.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They had Israeli and American flags all along Highway 1.
Yeah.
It was there.
The flag, American and Israeli, was so nice to see.
Yeah.
Flags all along the route.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
Sure.
Do you feel
Is that your jacket?
you can move it, yeah. Yeah. Do you feel you've witnessed miracles for real? Do you feel you've witnessed miracles for really? For real? For real, not sketch. You've really witnessed it. You've witnessed.
The beeper ego.
You just think, okay, it's like Diana, right?
That's right.
This, okay, really, you're gonna do more? Wow, you can't believe it.
I gave a class in Allenhurst.
First Diana.
Yeah.
I gave a class in Allenhurst and there was a lot of tension going on. I gave class in Allenhurst all the way through till I left. So it was every week. There was a lot of classes. So I gave them a class and I said, everybody is in high anxiety now, very high anxiety.
Oh,
I said, I could take your anxiety from this, I could take it down. So they said, how are you gonna do that? There was a lot of people, it was 35, 40 people. in class.
Specifically.
Yeah, anxious, what's gonna happen? So I said, if I came to you 6 months ago, a year and a half into the 2 years, and I told you that um, next week there won't be a Hezbollah. Israel was preparing for 10 to 20,000 casualties. They're preparing graves for 20,000 people
You're right.
from Hezbollah, just from Hezbollah.
rockets that were gonna die.
100, right? So they're preparing for it. And if I told you before it happened, if I told you there won't be Hezbollah anymore, and then there won't be Assyria at all, it's gone. In fact, they'll invite you to come to the shul. Jews come open businesses, they want to get as wise.
This guy is-
If I told, no, they did. The guy was walking around with his kippah. You heard that story. So they told you that, and then Gaza, there's no more Gaza, and
Iran.
then you go, and Iran becomes a non-entity. So you say you need a mentally, you're nuts, and you laugh in my face. But now you've seen miracles beyond comprehension. So I told them, don't sell God short, because the tension is high. Who told you God's finished? If I would have told you that 6 months, you would say, no, God's for sure finished now. Then after you another thing, well, now for sure he's finished. So I said it's like the Navi when they sell him short. He can't write like that. He can't produce that kind of material. That's impossible, right? Impossible. But then if you look, you see that prophetic writing, the Navi is in connection, has a connection with God that you don't even comprehend what it means. It's your creator. So I tell them, who told you you're in plague 10? Who told you it's Makat Bechorot? How do you know it's not the third plague? How do you know it's not the fifth plague? And then when you come after the fifth plague, you say, what do you think, he's going to do another one?
It's just to show when you're in it, you don't really feel it as much. Like our grandkids might read about this in 50 years.
See a miracle.
Yeah, exactly. But when you're in it, I guess that would be like the 48 Jews, right? The state of Israel.
Right,
Of course, it was-
right,
And they had to fight. So for them, it was like,
right.
all in it.
It has all of the elements of the Purim story ideas. Correct? Every single one of them, because
It's
you,
not overt.
it's not a verse.
Strong 49.
It's all it's the house roast. He's the house roast, and Esther is Jared Kushner. Yeah. All the characters are there. I told my daughter Esther, who has writing ability, exceptional writing, exceptional. I've been asking her for many years now, many years. I've been asking her to write a novel, a fiction novel. I said, you'll become very famous. She's that good. No, she's really that good. I know you think I'm talking about my daughter. No, she's that good. No, she's that good. She could write a novel and she could be. But when I came in for parents, teachers for Esther, she tells me I've been teaching English literature, whatever it is, writing for 30 years. How many students did I have in the last 30 years? Because nobody comes close.
You went to Flatbush?
Yeah, that's the graduate from Flatbush, right?
Which teacher?
She said exceptional, and I've seen her writing. She won't do it.
Wait.
Nah, she gives me one of these. I'm busy.
Well,
Esther. But wait, I got a response from her this past week. I said, Esther, let's me and you collaborate, and we'll write the story of what happened here, and put it forth as if you're writing the way a Purim story is written, or write a novel about it. And she goes,
Historical fiction.
she went like this. That's good. She said those words to me. She says, that's good. She didn't say no, Yanni.
A lot of times you get the message more in fiction than.
That's right.
Ideas of what it's like to, you get more out.
Much more out of fiction. So I that's why I told her I don't want it to be a factual. Anybody can write a factual thing about what happened. I said, no, I want you to turn it into a story with all of the elements, with You don't have to embellish it because there's so many miraculous
Stay with
events,
the story.
huh?
Stay with the actual.
Just stay with the story, but put it in fiction, you know, right? I think it would be a spectacular, people would read it. A lot of Jewish people would read it and get a lot of benefit from it. So we'll see. I think that also, I want to backtrack the story to the beginning, where what's the odds that Eddie Jacobson and Harry Truman, who have a store, gonna go bankrupt? And what happened if they didn't go bankrupt? What would have happened? The store would have been successful. He never would have had to do something else. Never would have become the president,
Okay, but you know what? It'll come from another place.
huh?
Like,
Okay, but
It'll come from somewhere else.
it came from that
But it came from that.
miracle, and then
Listening. And the Hashverosh couldn't
Yeah.
say.
that's correct. And what are the odds that a guy wins the presidency, loses after 4 years? All the Jewish people are disappointed,
Comes like this with.
but he comes back 4 years later when he's really needed.
Almost assassinated.
It's like God's, and almost that. God takes him, makes him the president, says, that's enough for now. Take a break. We'll put you back later. What are you kidding? Would
In other words, if he won, he couldn't be president now.
be president.
Unbelievable when you think about that.
Wow.
Yeah, he could be president, but you have to, what do you think he's gonna come back when? I told my son-in-law, Amy, what is the Las Vegas guys give you the odds after he lost to say he's gonna win again in 4 years? They'll look at you and say, how much you wanna bet?
Especially if he had
We'll take any bets and we'll give you whatever odds you want. It's absurd. So how many events happened like that? Jared Kushner is going to marry. He goes to yeshiva in New York, and he's observant, and what's his name of his school that he Ramaz, yeah, goes to Ramaz, meets a girl, blah blah blah, his family. She really converts for real, not sketch. She really converts, right?
She's religious.
She's religious, yeah. She's the real thing.
I thought I saw her.
I was with on
That's all kids.
I was with on
Yeah.
Pesach.
He's all following her.
Yeah.
It's the hot.
Yes,
No, I
Yeah.
was on Pesach. She comes in, she's lying the kingdom.
She goes to Woodbridge, I think, a couple of times.
she does. She does a lot. Yeah. So what are the odds that she's going to be the thing, and she's then her father is going to be the one, and it's you become the son-in-law. Listen, Shlomo made himself Paro's son-in-law against the law. He did it against the law. He went and made Paro his father-in-law. This guy didn't have an intention when he did that to make Trump the president his father-in-law. He had intention to marry the girl, and it ends up that he's that he like Shlomo wanted to do, but it happens for real. From manipulation behind the scene. So God, the leader becomes his father-in-law, right?
It's only from the first term also that he got friendly with the Arabs and he did the investments and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Without that connection.
yeah.
it was-
He has tremendous influence with the Arab countries. They do business together.
I asked Elliot Brand, you had APAC. I said, in his first term, I says, who's the most influential guy in Washington today? Jared Kushner.
Still.
He is. No, his first term. He was not.
First one.
Yeah. No question about it.
Influential guy in all of Washington.
Oh, I don't think there's any doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Right?
Tremendous influence. So therefore, what are the odds on all of this? You really have to make it clear to your families, your children, your relatives, your community. The odds on this are silly, absurd odds beyond comprehension. And when the Navi writes about it, you know what he says? He says, the sea split. He says he has to have a metaphor to explain the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, but make it joke. And it's split right in half, and you could go straight to England, you know. Are you kidding? What kind of, he says, I'm telling you, so he uses an example of a thing that's nothing less than miraculous, right? That's the example he uses because it was that. He's not telling you it was like, it was that. The bomber is going to be in the place at the right time, the B-2 bomber, the one that you need, the one that was never used,
No, first,
the one that was never used ever one time.
not just that. I don't think America would have attacked if Israel did knock out their defense radar systems before that.
Yeah,
That had to happen because Iran attacked first.
right.
So they went in and that's how they retaliated. And
That was April.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rid of all. the-
Yeah.
They went in, they were controlling the skies. That's
yes. What controlling what skies? Who's gonna control the skies over there? It's a silly thought to think they're gonna control,
Israeli soldier died in that mission.
nothing.
Told someone, we're gonna knock out Iran, not one Israeli soldier is gonna
Not
die.
one
No,
thing got-
No, we're gonna knock out Iran, we're gonna lose of our 400 jets, 100.
Yeah.
Right.
But we're gonna knock out Iran.
That's like.
100 jets, that's the 125% of our entire Air Force, this would protect the whole country. Okay, but you knock out Iran, no, it don't cost you anything, and you're not even gonna have to fly the mission.
It's like when you read the
And
Quran.
Trump's gonna send the bunker bomber to blow up the whole.
Yeah, the only one in the world that exists,
Yeah.
that was never used. How much miracles are there on top of miracles that happen? Do people recognize it? Do people recognize it the way we're talking now?
Of course not.
No, the world's too rational.
That's that shit, right?
Huh?
Yeah.
The world's too rational.
Explain it.
They're
like
gonna
you
try to
said,
find
you got
rational explanation, right?
Right.
There's
How many Israelis don't, how many left-wing Israelis?
Left-wing buys that it's a miracle. That I'll give them credit. for.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. I think,
No.
look, you see, you read and you hear these stories about how many people all of a sudden, they'll practically in their life.
No, but they said that after 67, there was a mass move to be religious, and then it fades.
Yeah, but right now, at this point, they're all buying into some sort of messy, I don't know what it's in, but even the non-religious guy, the guy comes home, starts, his wife starts finding Shabbat, because you're hearing these stories over and
Yeah.
over again. So there is
Some,
it's more significant than you want to give it credit for. The left.
I hope so.
The left doesn't exist anymore. There's nowhere for them to even get comfort from on the left side. There's nothing there. So they said, you know what? They have to say.
I hope you're right. I
don't
hope
think
you're
that-
right. I hope you're right.
Yes. Rabbi Ralphie believes that also. He's also was talking about that.
I hope
It's
it's-
the revitalization in the whole country.
So you're seeing miracle on top of miracle on top of miracle on top of miracle open in front of your eyes. The question is, now, you could see where people, you see, when you see God's movements behind the scenes, and then it becomes a reality, right? You can only see God retrospectively, right? You can't see Panay, you can only see Ahorai. That's what he tells them. And then you're gonna understand what I'm doing. So God has in spite of the fact that you have free will, total free will, there's an overarching movement that God is manipulating behind the scenes in conjunction with free will.
He has an agenda. It's a lousy word. It's
I
a
am-
lousy word, but that's the,
Uh,
he has a purpose. has a goal.
No, he plays his role in the covenant, right?
There's a goal. God has a goal.
The goal is keep the covenant alive
Okay.
But.
and keep the thing moving
But
forward.
you need to see with Hamas, they don't want to surrender, so they keep going, and the more they keep going, the more Israel can gain from that. It's like, you know what I mean? Like if they wiped out Hamas the first 2 months, well, now you still have Hezbollah, you still have Iran and everything. The fact that they will continue to fight, that brought in Iran and it brought in all these guys.
Right.
And Israel's.
Well, now you know what it means. He hardened Paro's heart.
That's what I'm saying.
You never understood that term, right?
That's where it's going. That's
Right.
where-
Of course, that's where you're going.
And even now.
Right.
Keeps going.
You never knew what it meant. What did it mean he hardened his heart? It means that he keeps making a move that doesn't make any sense.
Rational decisions.
Irrational decisions.
Ego. Right now, it's all ego for Hamas. They want to shoot somebody.
Right.
Awesome.
Right.
Paro,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
but ego just.
We're not leaving our weapons.
Right. Just remember, after 9 plagues, he says, if the 10 plagues, he said, what we do? Let's go get them.
This time.
That was after 10 of them.
I
Right?
still decide
This time Hamas will be banished out of the land.
Yeah, yeah. So all of this is a lot of food for thought. And the subject I want to talk about today, first I want to tell you that Lee wrote a commentary, which we're not going to do today. We're going to do it in another week or two.
Who?
He wrote a commentary on Ms. Maud.
Wow.
The Reebok?
Yeah.
Hey.
Look at it and pass it around. Yeah,
Is that the new one?
No,
that's the latest.
No,
Yeah.
there's no point arrows in
I
it.
don't have the.
Colors.
I had a copy and paste it
Yeah, you
here.
have colors, you have colors.
That's colors.
That's it.
No, three, red, yellow, and green. That's right.
So
Be real if without a color.
Wait, you're challenging us all now for
Well, you wanna know, I knew we weren't gonna learn this today, we're going to do it, but you know what I wanted to say? You have the ability to do it, you do. You do. The fact that Lee, and I told this to Daniel in New Jersey.
I can do it.
Yeah,
I'm not, I'm
you know a lot. You don't know how much you know.
You write a lot as a lawyer, so you have that.
You mean this is
Well,
something?
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Yes, he has training.
Right.
That's true. He does. But you know what? You can get ChatGPT to help you
Yeah.
get over the hump. It's true. He knows how to formulate an idea and he knows where he's going with it. He knows how to present the paper. He has training in that. But it's inexcusable that you guys are not teaching. You should be teaching all of your family at minimum. You should be teaching, or you should be with the grandchildren, with the family, with the whatever it is. And this is a very, even though we're not doing it tonight, we will do it, is a very good example of how it has to be. I told Daniel Bennon, who no longer lives here, it's incredible.
Huh?
All of Daniel's children moved to New Jersey, all, not moved, lived there. So he moved,
You kidding me?
he moved, he lived, East Fifth Street, he rented his house. What is he gonna do? There's nobody here. All his children, all his grandchildren live in New Jersey. The joke is he was born in Jersey, lived in Jersey, went to school in Jersey, and then came here, right? Same thing for Eli. So like, he's back, back where he started. But he's a loss to here, Daniel. Daniel was president of Sephardic for a long time. Tremendous abilities. So I told him he has to start teaching. What? Like, what? I said, you have to start teaching. You live near West Allenhurst, near Allenhurst. You got to walk into the place. Can't believe it, right? Isn't it spectacular?
What's
It's
that?
amazing.
I read it. Yeah.
Even though you didn't read it yet.
This is how a book gets done.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hazlaku Baruch, Lee, I gotta tell you, I'm so excited about it.
I asked him a question, something was strange to me, what does this mean? He goes, I'm gonna send me a sheet. He challenged me, he sent me like, that one of the sheets.
Mhm.
Took me I'm looking at it, doesn't make sense. Took me 3 months, 4 months. This thing.
Wow.
Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to tell you.
One is more.
When I said it took me 3-4 months, there's 1,000 pages of commentary now, right? You know how hard it was. You know how freaking hard it was. You know, yeah, you look at it, you go,
It's in proportion, 3 months.
Do you understand that you could work on them as mortar for a year?
Yeah.
For a year,
Yeah.
for 1 year, and sweating over it, and very hard work, and where am I going, and am I wasting my time, and so on and so forth. So today, that's why I want to do this tonight before we end the night. I wrote on the 73rd Mizmor, which is the opening of book 3, and we've discussed it in the past, but I want to show you something that I did with Rabbi Ralphie today, and he was really, really taken with it, and it gives you the ability to see in a very sharp way, even though I've showed you this in the past, not here, I haven't shown it to you. I want you to see how this is like one of the, this is getting included in the volume, by the way. We're holding up the works because I have to put this in, what I'm going to talk about with you now. But before we do it, we have to go to Mizmor 73 for a minute and review it, because I know we've learned 73 in the past, and you've probably all forgotten it. But that said, I have these sheets, and I want to hand out. Can you hand out these sheets?
Yes, yes. Hold the reading.
You mean we said, oh, the whole.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so this we did.
You can
Here, pass me.
See that?
I remember when we started doing it.
4, how much? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, yeah, 5. Yeah. So I want you to take a look at the Mizmor, and I want to read it really, really fast. And then I want to show you the sheets, and then I want to show you something. And I can't show you the something till we read it. It's 28 Pesukim and a few hundred words, and it shouldn't be hard. Mizmor LaAsaf. Oh, let me just tell you quickly, if the backdrop of this Mizmor is the opening of book 3, and the opening and this and it'll put forth 11 of the 12 Asaf Mizmorim. The first one is in book 2 in the 50th Mizmor, and then it comes over here and starts. And of course, the third book is treating the religious establishment, and that's what Asaf is, and we've spoken about that before. And it's talking about the religious establishments. It's the sharp criticism of the religious establishment. By the way, I told 2 nights on Saturday night, Sammy, my brother-in-law Sammy was there, Sammy, Nancy, and Leo Estes came over, and I told them about Notebook LM. You ever hear of Notebook LM? I'm sure you all did. No.
No.
So Notebook LM, you know how you could ask ChatGPT something?
Mhm.
So this is Google's program that you take your information and you upload it to Notebook LM. Again, this is Google's AI aspect of their AI, not Gemini. It's called Notebook LM. So you upload the your source, and it's the source of its knowledge.
Wow.
Your thing. So I took everything and turned it, but even volume 2, because it's really finished. It's not published, but it's finished. And I turned it all into a PDF. So I gave it about 1,000 or 1,100 pages of commentary. And I said, that's your source. And then I told it, make a podcast.
Wow.
Yeah, Charles uses it. Charles Barack uses it.
So I don't know if I'm going to lose the people who are listening now, but I'm going to try and let you just hear one quick thing.
Speak into it as an example of your voice.
Let's see.
That was 120.
I want you to see this.
Use 4 colors.
Let's see if it'll work.
I didn't know to do that.
I can't listen to it because it's a woman.
Wow.
You don't write this good.
I'll drop the book. Hold on. Not a word.
When you write that, the words.
It takes you home. Like, wait, explain to me the 4th grade level and like double math, like, great.
So now we have people listening, so I have to stop it now.
Just teach them, see if they heard.
All right, back. Let's see if they heard it. Did you guys hear that just now? Anybody who's on Zoom? Did you
I didn't hear
hear?
it.
Oh, you couldn't
No.
hear what I was playing?
No, I didn't hear it.
All right. Maybe
It's
I'll
okay.
send you the footage. I'm sorry. Anyway, can you imagine that it took how long to produce 20-minute podcast.
Well, how long it take them?
Yeah,
You long it upload the whole
a
thing.
couple of minutes.
You long it upload.
How do you want it to be? You want it to be short, medium, long? You want it to be interactive? You want it to think? It asks you a couple of quick questions. Yes, yes, no, 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 yes. Push the button. That's a machine talking.
Yeah.
That's not a human being. What you just, she's not a human being.
No, but it has
It's
influence. It has-
the move
It is.
and they kid around and they make fun and
Jeremiah?
very listenable. I listened today to the whole thing of this one. I've listened to it from a year ago already. I listened to it today. I said, let me, because I had to send it to someone. So I listened to it. I kept listening. I was like, this is really easy listening,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
It's easy.
Well, it's easy for us because we know what he's talking about.
Yeah. No. The guy who's listening, like you said,
Show here.
they're not hard. They're not putting it, they're not talking to a super learned guy. They're saying, it's very interesting, monarchy, you know, and their inflections and their jokes and their lines. Really? You think so? Is that
Jeremiah?
Jeremiah?
You heard that?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
What? I'm nuts.
Some Morris's voices into that thing and then it could be.
It's unbelievable.
I'm sure you can talk into it and then they can understand your voice
Yeah,
and
Yeah.
it becomes you.
yeah.
It could be him and Morris having.
I like that kind of.
But imagine,
Yeah.
imagine this is now.
I know.
Google gives you this ability now. What will it give you the ability to do in 5 years from now?
From now.
Just 5 years. 5 years from now, can you
Yeah.
conceive of what? This will be hours long, won't miss any points. We'll give you the whole book, you know. It'll speak for 2 hours if you want. It'll make it a series of 10, you know, 10 half-hour segments dealing with every chapter in the book.
Like an animation.
Did you say 20 minutes,
Amazing,
like
amazing.
specific?
This is, no, I said long. So it can, you can make it, I don't know, I guess 5 minutes and
So what's long?
20 minutes, I think
That's-
20.
that's-
Yeah, yeah,
That's, so that's.
yeah. But isn't it amazing? Isn't it smooth as ice? Smooth as ice?
I write a book.
Hey, Ricky told me that you could send something, you could send like, whatever you want, send it up to them and tell them, hey, give me the nickel. Boom.
Yeah.
I said,
Give them look, give them a thing and tell them analyze it for me. Now, you'll analyze it. You, if you know it, you'll hear all the mistakes that are made. But they didn't make a lot of mistakes.
no,
Well, we don't,
It didn't make a lot of mistakes, right?
it's a he, she, that's what.
She, yeah.
That's right.
Right.
What's the mistakes that they did make? Please say.
The way they express a certain aspect of it, a word, or this, nothing disastrous. Nothing disastrous. It was, yeah. Look, they have your information. How bad could it be, you know?
But you can go in and fix little details, can you?
Yeah, you can probably do anything and everything.
the
Yeah.
scary part is how this tool can be used for nefarious.
Well,
Mm,
That's
mm,
probably it. That's probably half the stuff on the internet now
mm.
and on the social
Yeah,
media.
they'll put your voice on and say, yes,
Social media is
this
sensible.
pork is good for you.
Yeah.
Your voice and so real.
Right.
That's where you got these scams now.
Oh, it's just like-
Not even scared, worried about Israel, worried about the world,
Successful.
morality.
Yeah, it's-
Frightening thing. Frightening.
It's
Frightening.
scary.
Terminator. Okay.
AI that they proved that they're committing genocide.
Yeah, make it up.
Yeah, of course.
AI, so it's 100%. You know,
Of course.
that's where you put it.
Take this news from Al Jazeera and put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's go to 73. I'll let you hear, that was very entertaining. No one heard that just now? Remember, it's called Notebook LM. You could all do it yourself with anything you want.
Yes, so he uses
Yeah.
it for podcasts.
Right. All right, Mizmor Lasaf. Ach tov l'Yisrael Elohim lebarei lebav. God is, first of all, the word ach, you see, he starts the Mizmor with the word but. Right?
Yes.
Now, if you look at the English translation, it's not going to say but,
Truly, God is truly good.
right? What happened to the ach
Mm.
in the English translation?
They emphasize Tov. He's really Tov.
Right.
Yeah.
But the word is ach.
I know that.
Yeah.
Ach means, when you say ach, it means like but,
Yeah.
right?
So what's a hayita ach sameach?
And it should be only, or but or only, right? Right? Right?
Exclusive.
So, ach tov Yisrael elim lebarei lev, to pure of heart. V'ani, and as for me, kemat natayu raglai shufechu eshurai. And as for me, Lee, you'll help me as I'm reading. I almost, my legs almost tripped, right?
Straight,
And I almost, and my
Steps were nearly level.
steps are nearly slipped, right? What did I say?
Of course.
Of course. Kikineti b'holalim, because I was jealous of the holalim. Now, all you guys know that I say holalim means the priests who are supposed to be saying Halil,
Right.
they boast. They're the Gavah priests, right? B'holalim, shalom neshaim ireh, the peace of the wicked people, I see them at peace. Ki en hasubot motam ubari ulam, because there's no suffering in their death, and their bodies are healthy. Ba'amal enosh enemo, they don't suffer like other people. V'madam lo nugao, and with people they don't have what do you say nega in English? Affliction. Lachen, therefore, anakat mogava ya'tof shit hamas lamo. You could translate that, Lee.
The pride adorns their necks, lawlessness enwraps them as a mantle.
Right. Yasam helev enemo, their eyes are popping out of fat. They're healthy, right? By the way, all of this, I had my commentary, which we're not going to do tonight, is all about how this is filled with priestly. No, this is filled with priestly terms. No one ever commented that. Every helev, if you look, it's all priestly terms. He's talking about priests. And of course, this is the mizmor that the word kohen comes out everywhere, right? You forgot all these. They surpass the imaginations of the heart. Go ahead.
They start from planning evil, from the eminence they planned wrongdoing.
Right. So I say Merom Yedaberu in my commentary means they speak from on high. They speak for God, right? Because they're the holy men, they're the priests, they're the rabbis. So when they get up and speak, they're speaking Merom, right?
Yeah.
That they have power. Shatu Bashamayim Pihem, they place their mouths in heaven. I'm translating literally now. You know what that means now. Ulshonan Tialak Ba'aretz, and their tongues have run of the earth. The priests they control everything because they speak in the name of God, and they tell a million Muslims, go on a holy war and kill everybody until you win, right? So they go, God said it, Allah Akbar, and they go forward, right? But of course, we're not talking about Muslim priests here. Talking about Jews. Then Yeshiv Amor Halom Umimale Yimasu Lamor.
So they pound his people again and again until they are drained of the very last tear.
Right, and I show how they don't know what they're talking about in that translation in my commentary. And they say, how does God know what we're doing? God doesn't see what we're doing. We can do whatever we want. Of course, the ones who say that is the prophets, the priests are saying that. The Kohanim, these wicked people and these shalveh, how do you say shalveh? Tranquility, living in tranquility, right, of the world. What are they? They become wealthy. And that's the end of part 1 of the Mizmor. Part 2 is Ach. You see that Ach? The Achs are the markers. This is what I want you to be with. The markers of this Mizmor is with the word Ach. Ach, Rik Zikiti Libabi.
Comes again.
So he was jealous, he says. He opens up by saying he was jealous of these people, correct?
Yeah.
Now he says, you know what? Rik Zikiti Libabi. For nothing did I purify my heart. If I had Hasbin Kayon Kapai and washed my hands in innocence. For nothing I did it.
So that's where.
So that was where he was. This is Yirmiyah telling you.
Yeah.
You know what I said? What am I doing?
Right.
This is a waste of time. What am I living in innocence and all of this? It's them. They just keep going on.
Yeah, life is good for them.
Life is good. He's suffering all kinds of problems. And I said, I've done all of this for nothing. Now, he says, he was plagued with this thought. Kol hayom. You know that word nagua, of course, that's the word nega. Now he says, I was nagua kol hayom, all the day.
It's also cool.
V'tochachti la bekarim, and my How do you say tocha? You could translate it.
Each morning brings new punishments.
Right. Okay, we'll go with that for now, even though that's not exactly right. Again. So he lived with this. Now, by the way, then he says, Ima marti asapirachim. If the center words of this mizmor, the first, this asaf mizmor is the word asaf pera. I tell over asaf, get it? Asaf pera. If I would have said over kemor like this, like I just described to you, I would have been a traitor to the door of your children. I couldn't tell them that what my thoughts were. That would be the equivalent of saying in today's time, if I let my students know that I thought all the rabbis are a bunch of losers, right? Bad people. We're not talking about the rabbis of today, just losers because they don't know anything, maybe. But if I told, but they're wicked people, right? If I told them what my true thoughts were, they couldn't cope with it. My deep jealousy, and therefore I hate them for what they are and what they stand for, and how they're succeeding with their stupidities or their evil, or much more than stupidity. I would have been, by the way, those words, if I would have said over, you see the word kehuna? Kimor, kaf, he, nun, his, kehuna. It's all over the mizmor. It's at the center of the mizmor. If I would have told them it's the kohanim that I'm talking about, because when you read this mizmor, before you know that it's not, first of all, no one ever said it's talking about the kohanim till we wrote this, right? No one ever said it's so. They say it's talking about Adolf Hitler, right? They say it's talking about the Nazis, Babylon, the evil people of the world. Everybody thinks that that's who he's.
Really?
Yeah, that's what they think. Yeah, so he's in fact
not the Jewish kings.
any evil people, could be them. I'm just saying, evil personified. If I told them I was talking about. Not only am I not talking about the political leaders and the this and the arm, I'm talking about the Kohanim in Jerusalem that are, you go into the temple with the robes and everything, and you're right. That's what I'm talking about. And I thought about this. Amal and I suffered with it. Amal, it was Amal in my eyes. Now, how long did he suffer with this? He doesn't tell you. Soli, how long do you guess? Was it a week?
No, when we started his new one.
Was it a month?
30 years.
It could have been 10 years that went by. It could have, this state of affairs that his mind was in, that he says, this state of affairs that he was in could have been years. Years. I suffered with this thing. It doesn't mean I had a little incident for a week. I suffered with this.
And he's a Kohen, so he's on the inside.
He's right there seeing it. That's what the most painful thing was. There was co-priests. Right, exactly.
He was the Navi for the tail end of one good king, and then everything after that was bad.
18 years he had a normal life.
Everything after that was a disaster.
Downhill.
And he's Navi.
He's a Navi.
Like you expect him to get the answer to the crossword puzzles.
Yeah.
Like,
You expect,
Okay.
which is amazing for him over here. You know what he says? If you're jealous of bad people, me too. He talks to God. He's a giant, or one of the giants of the last since man was created, right?
Yeah.
It's like Moshe Rabbeinu kind of personality, right? And then he goes like this: I was jealous, which is fabulous because he has no ego, and he talks to you like he's us. I was torn with this thing. How long? I suffered with it. I couldn't tell anybody about it. I was going nuts, right? Who's we talking about? Himself. So you would think that he's different. No, just like you, just the same thing. No magic, no nothing. I didn't know what to do about it, and I was lost. Now, what did it say? Until I came to the Mikdashei El Abina Ha'itam. Now listen what the English translation says for Adavu Mikdashei El.
Until I
Wait,
entered God's sanctuary.
Right, and reflected on their faith.
You see, until I entered God's sanctuary, but it doesn't say sanctuary here.
Mikdash.
Mikdashei El means the
Mikdash of God.
no, Mikdashei is a plural word. The Mikdashim, Mikdashei El, right? So they don't know what to do with this word.
Is it-
They don't translate it on purpose, because you know what it's supposed to be? If you see a literal translation, you know what the literal translations say?
Yeah, but-
Until I came to the sanctuaries
Oh, God.
of God. Every translator knows that's what the translation is, right? So what do you mean until I reflected what happened to the sanctuaries? So we say, you know what he's telling you? What are the Mikdashei El? Bet El and Shiloh. Those are where the Mikdash, there are two sanctuaries that got destroyed, and they were called Mikdashei El. They are the sanctuaries of El. Because one is called Bet El.
Right.
Bet El goes down with the northern kingdom. It was the southern tip, right? So it gets destroyed. And Shiloh gets destroyed in the time of Eli, which you know the story well, everybody here. Now, if you travel north of Israel about 10 miles, if you like go from here to the city, I don't know if it's exactly from here to the city, it might be 20, I'm not sure. But you could travel there in a day, let's say. Walk to the city, I'm saying. You could walk there. The two of them are located like this. They're almost parallel. Shiloh and if you ever go to Israel and you go on a tour, you go to Shiloh, you go to Beit El. It's not far. You could do it in the same day. And, you know, you go like that, you go like that, and you can make a triangle and so on and so forth. So he went, Yirmiyah went, and Rabbi Spassoon had spoken to us about the fact that he went to these and he saw them. What did he see when he went there? Ruins. You go there now, what did he see then? Mamash the ruins. You see the ruin of Beit El and the ruin of, right? And then I understood their end. Whose end?
Those guys.
The ones in Jerusalem. These guys are all going down.
Oh, those guys. Oh,
When
those
I
guys.
got there, I understood Abina Laharitam.
Will be there.
I understood this is what happens when you're a corrupt religious leader. The whole thing gets destroyed. And of course, the next Mizmor, 74, is the one that talks about the destruction of the Beit HaMikdash, not Jerusalem. 79 talks about that. Everybody with me so far?
Yes,
Okay. So now
18.
I thought about it. Now, that was the end of that. You see the next
Yep.
That's the beginning of the third section of the Mizmor. This section says, b'halakot hashitlamo ipaltam lemeshuot. Go ahead, Lee.
You surround them with flattery, you make them fall through blandishments.
They fall, they slip, they trip. What does this remind you of in the beginning of the Mizmor? Kimat natayu raglai shufechu ashurai. I almost tripped. I almost slipped. Now he opens up with the but they fell, right? Right? He paltam. You caused them to fall. You with me?
Mhm.
Now, by the way, that's a play on of course. Hayu l'shama kiraga. How did they become shama, a desolation, in a split second? Safu tamu mean balahot. Go ahead, Lee.
Only swept away by terrorists.
And you see the word saf, right? From Esaf. Safu tamu mean balahot. Kahalom hakitz Adonai ba'ir tzelmam tezeh.
When you are aroused, you despise their image, as one does a dream after waking, O Lord.
Boy, they don't know what to say. They don't know how to translate. They can't even make sense of it. Ki etchametz lebabi v'chilyotai yishtonan
My mind was stripped of its reason, my feelings were numbed.
v'ani bar v'lo yada. I was a bar. What's a bar, everybody? Ish bar lo yada. See lo yabin etzon. Huh? And right? I was a bar. I was a dib. Right? Right? A bar is like saying I was a dib. Right? I was like a behemoth,
Yeah.
like a big dumb, right?
Mhm.
Animal. Vani tamid imach hasta biyad yamini.
Yet I was always with you. You held my right hand.
Batzatcha tanheni
You guided me by your counsel
v'achar kabot tekaheni.
and led me toward honor.
Nobody knows what that means.
Yeah.
Mi li b'shamayim v'micha lo hafasi ba'aretz.
Whom else have I in heaven? And having you, I want no one on earth.
You remember Shamayim and Aretz in the other one, right? Samuel Shamayim, Pihem Bashmael Shem Talak Aretz. He says, "You're what I have, and that's all there is." Kalash Sheri Babi, Sur Babi, V'Haki Elohim Leolam.
My body and mind fail, but God is to stay in my mind, my portion forever.
Ki hineh, by the way, everybody look over here. It's the only time this happens in all of Tanakh. Ki hineh rehakecha yobedu, hitzmata kol zoneh memeka.
Go ahead.
Because behold, those who are far from you will be destroyed. Hitzmata kol zoneh memeka. Go ahead, Lee. You,
Annihilate all those who are untrue to you.
right. Now, do you see, Ike, you see kihunah?
Yeah.
Look, ko ha necha yobedu. Do you see it? No, ko ha necha, kaf, he, nun,
Yeah.
and you have the chaf of rehekecha yobedu. Now, read it backwards. Ike, let's see if you do. Mimeka is the last letter of the kaf, and then zoner, you have the hair and the nun. So that, right, so the Kohen call you hitzmata, you annihilated all the Kohanim. By the way, that's the only time ever that you have the chaf and the hair and the nun and that those letters coming back and forth like that anywhere. And you know, of course, you could try me on that because I have the software that tested it out. Okay. Vani kirbat Elohim li tov. And as for me,
Nearness to God is good.
Shati b'Adonai Elohim mahsi.
I made the Lord God my refuge,
L'saper kol mal'achotecha.
that I might recount all of your works.
Right? All of your work. But it's with a ach in it. It's milachtecha. It's mil'achotecha. So, of course, it opened with ach. And now look at your sheets real fast. Where our time is very limited. We're going to do this maybe in the next session in order for you to get it completely. You see how ach starts section 1 on the left, right? You know my sheets by now, you guys, right? You see the 3 achs.
Yeah.
That one, that's ach Tov Yisrael, ach rik zikiti l'Rabbi, and ach b'halakot tashit lamor, right?
Yeah.
So it's a strange way, and nobody knows why he opens up this mizmor
With Ach.
with ach. And what is his objective by saying, you know, but God, like, ach, but for nothing, right? But I found out this, but, right? And even the ech that's going to come after the third ach, you see the ech after it? It's, if you look from in the third column, ach b'halakot hashit lamo, ech hayu l'shama, right? Which is clearly a play on the ach. Everybody with me?
Yeah.
Good. Everybody take your Tanakhs and open up to Yirmiyahu. Chapter 12. We have very short time left, and I want to give this idea to you. I don't feel bad that I let you hear Notebook Alam. It was cute for you to hear it. Yeah.
That's scary.
It's scary, right? Yeah. Okay, now listen. At chapter 12, Yirmiyah opens up and says the following words. We're going to save time now. I wish I had time to give you the previous 11 chapters and give you a little backdrop to how he gets to this juncture. But you know Yirmiyah. You guys have learned Yirmiyah a lot. And he has gone through a lot of the stages of introducing his nivuah and a lot of the stages of saying what's coming. And he's asking God not to do it. And the Sodom Ba'amorah imagery comes in chapter 5. And it gets very, very bad for him. And in the previous chapter, they try to kill him, right? And God tells him they're trying to get you. God makes it known to him, and he finds out, and he is able to protect himself, right? And of course, when he said, God let me know, what does it mean, God let me know? How did God let him know? No, how did God let him know? And he did something about it.
He found out. I don't know.
Some guy came up to him and told him, you know, I heard people talking. He says, that's called God let him know, right? God, however, God, we don't know how God let him know. He was watching a TV show, but Lord got him late. He says, God let me know at the last minute. The circumstances were, there's no way it was accident. No way it was a potluck. God let me know.
It was his brother's drug.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, Sadiq ata Adonai ki arib elecha. God, you would be Sadiq. Over here, it doesn't mean righteous. Sadiq over here means you would be vindicated, right? Right? You would be vindicated. You would come out in a case of let's say law, Lee, that's a good one. In the law, you come out tzaddik, you come out vindicated, you come out with a innocent plea, right? If you what this thing that I'm about to do, if I argue with you, you're going to come out the winner.
Right.
You're going to come out the winner, right? If, prosecution and defense, you're going to come out for sure. That's Pashut. He doesn't have any doubts about that. So you're going to be the one who gets vindicated, right?
Anyway.
No, but Mishpatim adaberotach. I want to talk judgments with you. That means like this.
I don't buy it.
If I have an argument with you, God, I'm losing. But
I still don't buy it.
I'm going to make claims against you. What was the but for? But what? But that means that means when you say but, it means I'm not in agreement with what I just said. But, and you explain now why it's not the case, right?
Regardless.
Is that the argument you have? with
I
the one?
can't win the case against you. I know you're ultimately right, but.
But I'm going to say something that says you're wrong,
Right.
right? I just now said you're going to be right. Well, but I have something to say. You're not going to be right about this one, so to speak, right? But, right? And how does he say it? Mishpatim. And how do they, if you're in Yidmi, are you in Yidmiyan English?
Yeah.
Lee?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does he say Mishpatim? Judgments?
I will present charges against.
Charges. That's a better word. I like that word. I'm bringing charges against you. Mishpatim, judgments, meaning I'm going to bring charges against you. Yeah, exactly. That's also good. I'm gonna bring charges. So you see the word ach. Look how the word ach is being used in this thing. Madua derech reshaim sadeha. Why is the way of the wicked successful?
Right.
Shalu, we had that word in the Mizmor. Shalu called bogde bagid. The traitors are living in tranquility.
Yes. Same as before.
Now, does that sound like what we just now read?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Right? You have the ach starting everything in the three columns. You have the opening words are of our Mizmor are ach tov Yisrael Elohim lebarei lebab. God is only good to those pure of heart. But, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what? In the Mizmor I'm talking now. But what? But I did all of this for nothing.
Yeah.
What happened to God is good, right? What happened to that statement, right? He opens up by saying, only is good is Hashem to Israel, to those pure of heart. But as for me, I almost tripped.
Almost.
Right,
I
it's
almost.
like the up here is like even though, right, even though, like the same way, like
Right.
even though God, all this, he's always good, he's pure.
Yeah.
I should
I
be
still
better.
have an issue.
I have an issue. Exactly. And then when he goes to the next act, he says, what was the issue? I did all of this. You know what? I did it for nothing. This is all a waste of time. Rik means for nothing did I do all of this.
Empty.
Huh? Rik is empty. Rock is wrong. Yeah. So
Come from that.
yeah. Am I? Who knows? Yeah. So for nothing. Tatam, you have planted them. Gam sharoshu. They've taken root. Yelchu, they go. Gam asu peri, they produce fruits. Karo batabifihem, you are close in their mouth. Like when they talk, they go, Baruch Hashem, and they say all these things, right? And you say Hashem, but you are very far from their insides, from their kilayot or the kidneys. But of course, it doesn't mean that. They'll translate that as your thoughts. That's how they refer to it. That's correct. Mekulotim. That's how Adonai and you, God, Yadakani. You know me. Today you see me. Bahanta Libi, you've tested, right? My heart. You you know where I stand with you. Hatikem titzon l'tipcha, pluck them out like animals, like sheep to the slaughter. The hekdishem liyom harigah, and prepare them for the day of death. Let them all drop dead. You match them, man. He didn't say that. I was saying that, right? But Morris, isn't that what he's saying? Prepare them for the day of death. Take them out like lambs to the slaughter. That means cut them down. He's talking from real deep anger, seeing people perpetrate the most heinous crimes in the name, and they talk in the name of God, right? Remember, he's not talking about Hamas.
No.
Remember, he's talking about the priests running the Jerusalem temple, the priests in general within Israel, right? Now, he says, I'm not tight to about artists. How long are you going to leave the land mourning? The Esther call us a day bash, and all the grass is dry. From the evil of the people who inhabit it. Safita behemot va'of. There's that word safita. You remember we have the word safu. They got swept away. Over here he says safita behemot. You remember the word vani bad loida behemot. Over here you have the word behemot va'of ki amru lo yireh tahritenu. You could translate that. It's nicer. They'll do a good job on that.
What is it, and 4?
Yeah.
And the 4.
And the 4, because of must beasts and birds perish because of the evil of its inhabitants, who say you will not look upon our future,
Future.
Right?
upon our ways. And
Yeah.
it's up to you.
Right. Adavo mikdashei el abina le'acharitam. You remember those words?
Yeah.
In the middle section, look at your sheets.
Yeah.
And in the middle section, it says, I was playing with it all the day until I came to Mikdashei El Abina La'aharitam. And I understood their end, right?
Yeah, how do we know Yirmiyah is talking about the Kohanim? Where we know that from this
No.
chapter? We know.
Right before this.
No.
It's not-
I told you in no.
In 11.
No. I didn't say anything about he's talking about Kohanim.
Oh,
Wait a
okay,
second.
that's what I'm
Second. I didn't say that now.
Okay, good.
Right. So you know what God answers him?
The Safetah, by the way, is like support from.
Yeah, he uses the word here. Safu means belahor. Yeah. Of course. Look what God's answer is. You, I'm sorry. If you run with the racers, the foot racers, the guys in the Olympics, with the racers, they'll weaken you. How do you want to run with the thoroughbreds? You can't even run with the racers and you're out of it. You want to run with the thoroughbreds? This is God's answer. You couldn't even run with the racers and you're wiped out. You want to run with the thoroughbreds? Listen carefully now with the horses. And in the land of Shalom you trust. Then how are you going to survive in the
jungle.
jungle? In other words, like, right? How are you going to survive there?
He's toughening them up.
Now, what is that answer right now?
It's like
So now watch what God tells him.
Okay.
You're asking me a question, right? You think you've got the picture. You couldn't even make it with the human beings. You want to get in now with the thoroughbreds, and you want to get into a race. Watch the next words that God says to him. Wait. You're in the middle. I just wanted you to feel it.
Okay.
Tigam ahecha ubet abicha gam hema bagdubach. You think you got the picture? You know who's coming to get you? Your brothers. Bet abicha. The people who are coming after you are from Bet abicha. That's like saying like this.
Your clan, your family.
Your clan, your family. It's the house of your father. You think you're looking at these guys and they're over there you don't know how bad it is. In other words, you don't know that guy over there, that priest. You know him, you know who he is, you know his name, but what's his name?
Your own family's coming.
He says, Yirmiyah, I invited them. These are the guys that used to Friday night. We had kiddush together. We used to sit down and eat together. The buddies, the friends, the close family members. You know, like when you invite the family over and you have a meal together. Says these are the guys that sat at the table. We sang this Yakumimos together. You know, or whatever. You know, what happened? What happened? He says that's who you're standing up against. Right? Don't trust them. When they speak to you and they go, oh, Bezat Hashem, I hope everything is good with you, as a thing. You know what they're thinking? They're planning your death. They're not planning to get you. They're planning to kill you. They're planning to slaughter you. Right? Now, that's God's answer to him. And then God starts to mourn and almost wail about his household. Read the English because we don't have time to read the Hebrew. So read a couple of verses and we'll stop. I want to just show you something.
7, I have abandoned.
I have abandoned my house. I have deserted. This is Hashem talking, right?
Yeah.
Capital N.
Yeah, of course.
I have deserted my possession. I have given over my dearly beloved into the hands of her enemies. My own people acted towards me like a lion in the forest. She raised a voice against me, therefore I have rejected her. My own people acts towards me like a bird of prey or a hyena. Let the birds of prey surround her. Go gather all the wild beasts, bring them to devour. Many shepherds have destroyed my vineyard, have trampled my field, have made my delightful field a desolate wilderness. They have made her a desolation. Desolate, she pours out grief to me.
Okay, stop. Everybody go to Yirmiyah chapter 12. Look at verse 10. This is what Lee just read. Ro'im rabim shihatu charmi. Many ro'im, right? Shihatu destroyed my vineyard. Bosesu et hilkati, right? They trampled it. Natinu et hilkatim dadi lemidbar shemamah. Now look at the word. Lemidbar, shemamah, sama, lishmamah, abila, alai, shemamah, nashama, Kol haaretz ki en ish sam alev. No one takes it to heart, right? Now, does that word come up in our Mizmor?
3.
Yeah.
Which one? And then
I think that's
the
true.
Shemaim, I don't know. Where's the-
Take a look at the third column. Ach b'halakot tashit lamo. This is when he realizes what goes on. He says, you put them in the slippery places. They trip, not me, right? You put them. Hilpaltam lemeshuot. How did they instantly become a desolation? Safu, see the word Safu?
Yeah.
Tamu, mean belahot. And over here he says, Lechu isfu kol hayat hasadir. Okay. So it turns out, all I wanted to show you tonight, which we'll go into at more length, is that when you read this, if you don't know this and you try to translate this and try to understand this 73, you'll end up reading it and just walk away completely. Oh, this is a theodicy thing, and you don't know what the acts mean, and you don't know what many of the terms in here mean. And you think he's talking about, on the surface, evil people to the core. When you read the Mizmor and you understand the source of the Navi, this Mizmor is written as a result of this interaction that he had with God. And these acts, these buts he's telling you these are all my buts. And I said but, and I said I don't understand it. And God answered me with this response about why things are happening the way they are. And I had great difficulty in coping with all of this. And this is how God brought me around to understanding the answer.
So 73 comes after.
73 is saying that clearly, right? But in the end, everything that's said in column 1, column 3 has its counterpart, right? It's like a sort of type of chiasm. He mentions it in column 1 and he responds to it in column 2. The words are the same, the ideas are the same. So what happens is that when you understand the source of a nivu'ah, this is what I wanted to tell you tonight, and you understand how he uses the word shemana in back to back with alliteration again on purpose, so you can't miss it. He uses the word sapphire. He uses the words af. He uses all the key words of this mizmor.
These are the only times they come up.
Yes. So now, when you see this perspective and you see this, he is giving you here the first-hand account of what he went through, the first-hand account of how he requested of God, and the first-hand account of the prophetic vision that he had in his interaction with God in response. This Mizmor now opens up and gives it to you in the form of a Mizmor, right? And elaborates on it, elaborates and fills it out.
Helps you understand the Yirmiyah better too.
Exactly. And they feed on each other. And that's what I wanted to show you.
Poetry, one is more right.
Right. This gives you you now, and now, what does he do here that he does not do over here?
Right.
He says it explicitly here. In the book, he says the Kohanim, right before this, he says, you know who he's talking about? The Kohanim Anatot. The Kohanim, the priests of Anatot,
Yeah.
right? Right? Here.
Where it comes.
ויאמר השם אלי, נמצא קשר ביש יהודה בישרי ירושלים שב ועברו, etc. etc. כלומר, אמרנוי, והלכו, etc. And then he uses priest, והשם הודיעני וידעה, עלי השבו מהשבועות, they want to kill him. שופט said, right before this chapter 12, it says, therefore, concerning the people of Anatot, who lives in Anatot? Kohanim. Anatot is the priestly city. And where does Yirmiyah say he was born? Right? Mina Kohanim Asher Anatot. He's from the Kohanim of Anatot. They want to kill you. Don't you prophesize anymore in God's name, and you won't die from it. You say one more word. You keep prophesying in the name of Yud After we're going to kill you. The priests come to me. We're gonna kill you. Just keep your mouth shut, right? Because he makes troubles for them. Right? He's that.
Exposing.
What?
Exposing.
They don't say you're going to put him in Harim.
No, we're gonna kill.
Say we're going to kill you physically. We're sending guys to kill you. You're going to die. And they were going to kill him. And he pulls out at the last minute. He finds out before this, right? So then the very next thing is about his theodicy question.
Mhm.
You're gonna win if I make this argument. But wait a minute. Right? And that's the but wait a minute. So not only does he talk about every word over here is Kohanim, I'll show it to you another time. It's all Kohen, filled with Kohen, filled. Kohen. Not only does he say that he's talking about the priests in here, right, in a hidden level, he says I couldn't say who I'm talking about, because if I said who I'm talking about, they'd say you're a traitor, you're crazy, you're nuts. So I couldn't do that. But he gives you the whole picture, and he gives you the theodicy picture, and this is what I love. And he talks to you just like he's one of the boys. Yeah. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
He says,
Not above it.
I told God, listen, I know you're going to win, but what? But what? But what? And Lee, if you have a conversation with God, would you tell him but? So you know what he says? Well, if you don't say but, then you're a dishonest person. You're supposed to win, but I don't buy it. That's what he tells God.
Tell God, convince me explain this.
I don't buy it. You're God, but what? That's like Yirmiyah when he comes after he buys the land for land, and he tells God, "You can do anything you created, the heaven and earth, you created things." Goes on, and then he tells God, and they're coming over the walls, and I'm buying property now, and God tells him, "Hey, Pelem Hashem Davar," like with Sarah. You don't think I could do it. That's what God tells him. You don't think I could pull it off.
Like he does.
You don't think I'm going to do it. You don't believe I have the ability to do it. You think I can't make it happen.
Yeah, that's
Just watch. Yeah, that's what he says too. Yeah, you think I can't do it. You don't believe it. And you know what Yirmiyahu is telling him?
I still don't.
I'm having a problem. So I want to come full cycle in today's session because there's a million things that I didn't talk about here, but it'll be in the commentary. When things are going on in Israel, if people who you had the unbelievable zechut to witness miracles in front of your eyes now, and you would say 18 months ago, 16 months ago, 12 months ago, God's going to do it, but he ain't pulling this one off. He's not getting rid of Iran and Syria and in an hour. It happened in an hour. It really did happen in an hour. It's not me talking now today, some kind of fantasy and being like a religious guy. It really did happen. It really did happen with the casualties at a very, very small. Like who said tonight? I think we used to, in that whole thing, nobody died.
No point.
In the wipeout of Red, nobody died. Nobody at all. And you didn't have to use your own jets. There was I don't know what, $100 billion of jets sitting there for 15, 20 years, never used one time for the situation. So you know what God says? You don't think I could do it. You don't believe it. So Yirmiyahu says it over to you to tell you, and he does that here. If you think I'm not a human being, you're making a mistake.
Yeah, man.
Because you could, he's telling you. He doesn't have no ego. He says, just like you. But you talk to God. Yeah, I do. Yeah. You talk to God, nobody ever talked to God face. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what? What? I'm just a human being. And I can't believe it. I'm sorry.
Like Moshe, he still can't know God.
That's it.
He can talk, but he can't understand.
You can't see Penny Milplate. You can say Achorai. You can only see me in retrospect. You can only talk about Eddie Jacobson when you're looking back on 1940, 1948. You can only talk about the Trump and looking back in retrospect. Right?
Still speaks Tashem Panim El Panim.
Yes, but you can't know me. You can't know me. You can't get there. I want to know. Like, doesn't he tell him? You can't know my ways. You can't. You don't live that long. You can only see me when you have a time, when you can look back on a very large, expansive time, and you can get it. You won't get it. So therefore, he's telling you here, listen, you can't get it. Listen, that's the reality. Listen, that's the anxiety. Listen, this is the story. But it's miraculous. He doesn't want you to forget that. That doesn't mean it's not a miracle. That means I'm telling you what I went through. But he's telling you he got beyond it. He's telling you God answered him. He's not telling you God didn't. God did answer him. He says, some of it you just can't get. You're not going to be able to get it. That's the way life is, right? You're just not going to get it. So he says, that's what God told me. And then he told me, you think you know what you're talking about? Yeah, you're racing with the race. Get him with the horses. You know who's coming to get you? You think those guys are coming to get you? You know who's coming to get you? The guy next door, your brother. He's coming to get you. He's coming to kill you.
And these are the Kohanim. How come, and I could be wrong,
Yeah.
the Nevi'im doesn't really speak poorly about any of the Kohanim. It speaks very poorly about the Nevi'im, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, he speaks bad about the Kohanim. Very bad. Very
Give me out.
Yeah.
The whole
He ripped their kishkas out. Chapter 20, 21, 22, 23. Doesn't leave a stone unturned. Looks like he criticizes.
Only give me out.
No,
No, the other ones do also.
Stories.
No, look at Malachi. Look at Malachi. Malachi, the Navi. What does he say? Look at you, you lowlifes. Yeah. The bizayon you've made, and so on and so forth. So,
Yeah, we have one forehead goes one.
all right, whoever is online today, I don't know who's online, but I hope you were able to benefit.
Thank you.
Who's
Amy.
that? Oh, it's Amy Baby. How you doing, Amy?
It's great. Thank you.
Was it interesting a little bit? I don't know.
Fantastic.
It's good stuff tonight. It's interesting material. Yeah, wonderful. It was so nice seeing you, you folks, yesterday. It was such a pleasure. And you know what? You know what we felt like? Linda and I have been talking about it so much, how it's really nice here, you know? So when you walk over, we go, you see, they're enjoying it. It's like, you didn't want to go home, right?
Did not want to go home.
You did not want to go home. It's unbelievable. And then Linda and I are talking about, you have 2 kids. Look at you. You say you have grandchildren in town. It's
Right.
like super tempting, you
Crazy.
know.
So tempting.
Wonderful, wonderful.
With
It's good to
this
see.
guy
you.
Mamdani coming in, I don't want to be here.
What is that? The what?
The Mamdani guy coming in.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like-
Oh, it's
So much anxiety about this. It's terrible.
it's terrible. But like we said tonight.
Yeah, God's gonna come through for us.
God's gonna come through, because we're in the middle. We're not at the end. Yeah, yeah. All right, guys. Have a good
guys.
one. Laila Tov. Laila Tov. Okay, right.
So, right, how do you find this connection? How do you read this music? Finding me out.
Stop recording. Okay.
Yeah, right,